Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. What's up, Adam Anwar? How are you doing? What's up, Red? Hello, Darkness, my old friend, indeed. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. What's up, Big Hill? What's up, Rubix? Welcome, everybody excited for later today. We still need to get there though, and I still have some arena points to get up, so need to get grinding without further ado. And stuff. I actually had a very productive day thus far. Kind of. Right? Yes, I think so. Also did the blue turtle. Indeed, blue turtle. And so I passed the school's theory exam today, so I need to book in the government theory exam. And all other good stuff, so, you know, and my driving sesh. Got into the shop, cleaned up the house a little bit. Doing things. Also, in between all of that... Ooh, red.
Red for milk and $5. R.I.P. to no good dirty low life scrub noob BG point farmers like myself, sometimes.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because I definitely expect a lot of pushback from a lot of people in the community in this. And I can see that in comment section already. Like people, how am I supposed to get the reward then if I can't point farm and stuff like that? And you know, there is no easy answer to tell somebody. It's like, if you can't get the rewards, you know, in an honest way, then maybe you're not meant to get all of them. It always happens when, you know, there's some sort of inflation. And like when you find a way how to inflate your totals and scores. It's kind of like if you're an athlete and you're on PEDs or something like, and then they outlaw that specific some sort of medication, and they're like, how am I supposed to run fast if I can't use this drug that helps me? Yeah, I've never done it. I always thought it's kind of meh. Like, again, I can completely understand why people do it, because it is the easy thing, but it's not right. Objectively speaking, I don't think anybody can, you know, explain to me why it is a good thing and why it should happen. You know what I mean? And also, to be clear, I'm not like trying to harp on anybody who ever did it, because once something like that takes root, you're kind of screwed either way. Because if you don't do it and others do, you're like shooting yourself in the foot, because you could be getting better rewards if you only did it too, even if it's not a good thing, and even if you understand that it is not a good thing. Or, you know. But it's just one of those situations that always spreads like a wildfire. It's the same thing that happened with like piloting at the beginning of Alliance War seasons, where effectively if you wanted masters and if you had a big strong alliance, or you know, like plat, whatever, you kind of had to pilot. Like there was like virtually maybe one alliance that made masters in like first 2 or 3 seasons that didn't pilot. And, you know, people took part in it even if they didn't particularly think it's right or good. Because, again, if everybody else is doing it and you're not, then you're just effectively missing out. Not a big deal, just a bit more success shots. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But there are gonna be, like, you know, people who are, like, super competitive who are gonna consider this as a big deal. But I think what people don't realize is that overall impact of this, like your season ranking, shouldn't change. In theory, this should just remove the total point total, you know, reduce the total points. Because if everybody point farms and is going for stupidly high scores right now, then, you know, you kind of have to do it as well if you want to make it high. And now if nobody can point farm, the total should be lower. So, I mean, this is going to be definitely a split conversational subject. But, you know, as I said in the video, I don't say these things to appease people or try not to offend or piss off anybody and stuff like that. And I have explained my opinion and attitude towards this stuff. And if you have a different one, that's fine, you know, I'm still willing to talk with you. But people do get often extremely like defensive at this. ZeroFrostNinja. Well, ZeroFrostNinja. Ace of Hearts. What I would like to know is that they are really going to ban people that concede games. I don't think it's going to be people who concede games. They specifically said that, you know, they have a way to tell whether you are point farming. And I think the deciding factor is going to be whether you are conceding the games only using energy whilst in the same time period also using Elder's Marks to fight the games that you win. You know what I mean? I think that is and probably should be the kind of like first red flag, and then they need to look into it. As in, like, if you are conceding games using energy and then immediately playing with Elder's Marks and doing it, you know, repeatedly, I think that's what's probably going to flag it. And I'm not saying that that will be like the only safeguard. Top damage was up Slade, by the way. So do you think when they will license arenas and will arenas ever be reworked? Arenas will at some point be reworked. Like, the current arena setup is not that old. Do you know how... Is it 7-star arenas? I don't think we're gonna see them soon, but here is the arena rework. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 arenas, right? It's like people asking for, a lot of people are asking for arena rework, not realizing that it's been like 22 weeks since we got one. 22 weeks is like 4 or 5 months. I don't think we're gonna see arena rework for another 4 or 5 months. But up to you, I'm just starting. Nice, good job, Mando. Like, I couldn't grind this morning, so that's why you caught up to it, because I basically didn't play arena today until now. I mean, I'm sure that there will be some sort of human, there should be some sort of human, you know, going over it. And I'm sure it's not going to be like if you do it like once, you immediately get banned or something. They're going to be probably looking for some patterns in behavior. Good morning, buddy. Hey, what's up, Italian? We mix now. If you, well, the thing is though, if you mix it up and use Elder's Marks also when you lose, then it's kind of loses the point of point farming. Because the entire thing about point farming is the fact that you lose using energy refills and you win using Elder's Marks because it's 7 times, you know, more points. Winning 1 match with Elder's Marks gives you the same amount of points as winning 7 matches with energy. That's the entire point of point farming. To get for December, Onslaught or Santa? Onslaught is my guess. I'm quite sure it's gonna be Onslaught. Has to be Onslaught. We need more mutants? We absolutely need more mutants. So which one you want more? I guess I'm gonna go with Onslaught. Onslaught's kind of cool. I mean, Santa would be cool too, but honestly, like... Okay, so if you're asking me just like which of these champions I would like better in a vacuum, I'd go with Santa. I think it'd be cool to have Santa in the game. But realistically, you know, you need a mutant. Well, yeah, part of point farming is not reaching Gladiator Circuit. But you can point farming Gladiator Circuit as well. Like, I could easily, like, not everybody, but if you know, let's say a C5 level player, or even C6 level player, you can easily point farm in Gladiator Circuit. Like, if I go to Gladiator Circuit in, like, week 2, and just stay down at 0 points, get up to 100 points, stay down 0 points, I can promise you I will win, like, all of the matches going up to 100. Santa fighting a werewolf. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Santa is also a mutant in lore? That's good to know. I guess I have to say Santa then. Because 7-star Ronin from the Incursion's Crystal, he any good? Ronin is a perfect example of middle of the tier character. He's not awful. He's not great. He can do things, but whatever he does, there are better champions. You know. And he's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none, really. Like, he has shrug of ability, not too great. He has bleeds, not the strongest. He has like cruelties and some damage increase like that. Not a crazy amount of damage. He has some disorients and opponent's ability accuracy reduction, but it's quite finicky and it's not like an amazing. You know what I mean? He does a lot of things and he can get a ton of fights done. It's just that in most cases you'd probably prefer using somebody else. That's the problem with Ronin. Like, I'm not a fan personally. I like using Ronin now and then because of his playstyle, but I can't even use him a lot because I get tired of his playstyle also quite quickly. Okay, now you decide to start working. Okay, fine, I see you. Oh, of course. Stupid wench. Think I can't take it? No point farming is good. To see less alliance out there as well. Exactly, I agree. I agree because this allowed a lot of people inflate their scores. Actually, from what I remember in beta, I didn't really mind the path. In DC, it's canon that Santa visits Darkseid every year to give his call. That's funny as fuck, though. That is funny. What's up, Luke? How are you doing? Onto the OG troll. There was the skill one that was just too long with only doing the relic. I don't really remember. For most part, I remember having a decently good time with the relic path. Cassie is gonna be so good in Balgans. Stop, Wayne. Alright, I probably need to put on the boost. No matter. And Photon is just so toxic on defense. Photon is rough. I have been hearing more and more about Photon hate. Photon's also a champion that made us lose the last war. Seeing people melting about point farming. I mean, molding? What's molding? Question: why don't Cassie receive blood damage on your last AW war video? It's because of the decay attack tactic. She doesn't receive any damage over time effects because that attack tactic basically reduces the incoming dot damage you take by 35% for each debuff you have an opponent. It's part of the attack tactic. It works on all the decay champions. Irrationally angry? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, the thing is, like, point farming, I think it is relatively easy to understand that point farming is not objectively a good thing, or it's not how it's meant to be. And the people who, like, make all of these reasons in favor of point farming really remind me of the exact conversations all the mercs had when Kabam did something. Yeah, but what about this? And this is normal. How am I supposed? It's like, yeah. Yeah, with hashtag decay champion, you can do path 9. As long as you can get debuffs on the opponent. Photon is a beast. Yeah, Photon is a bit of a beast. Photon is a bit of a beast, so to speak. Ooh, this should be fun. Gonna go with pew pews. Only 3 debuffs all time on defender with the K champ. Alright, yeah. Well, I mean, 2 debuffs are pretty much fine too, because, you know, willpower covers most of it anyways. Like, it's not like Hazard Ship does like a ton of damage per debuff. Like, even if you don't mitigate it, like, you know, when you get 1 debuff, you can, you know, it doesn't do that much damage because of willpower. So yeah, as long as you have 2, you'll be fine. And remember that all the K champions are putting the withers on the opponent anyway, so every champion will have those debuffs. Unless there is some sort of, you know, opponent that's, I don't know, immune to wither or purifies everything immediately. Use my ascended rank 5 Cassie and path 9 cheese monster. Yeah, I use my Cassie. Mine isn't ascended, but I use my rank 5 Cassie and path 9 as well. Kindred is relatively easy. Like, Photon is definitely harder to deal with than Kindred. I think. Point farmers made my objectives easier. Did they? I mean, like, if you only play for like the objectives or something like that, then I suppose so, but from actual playing perspective, there's no winning if you match a point farmer. Because you will either get stomped, or you will either not have a proper match anyways, and your opponent's gonna forfeit or, you know, not fight or whatever, and you're gonna, you know, basically win by doing nothing. What is match? Yeah. I'm not that great at fighting Photon too. I have done Photon with a handful of champions well. Like Kingpin, of course, yes, Herc. Hulkling, I have done Photon well too. Something else, but it can also go very wrong very quickly, very easily. One of those. Kindred is not that bad to fight. Yeah, the biggest thing about Kindred is if you do mess up, yeah, fuck. Like, it's not like you mess up against like Rintra. Oh, you're gonna lose like 7% of your health or something. You know what I mean? Or if you mess up against Sasquatch, like, oh no. Like, even eating Sasquatch is level 3, you know, is not necessarily preventing you from winning the match. There's a video. I reckon Professor X can special 3 spam Photon? Yeah, I think so. There's no reason why it couldn't happen. Stop immunity. Valkyrie is a good Photon counter, yeah. Not acknowledging Morbius' worth damages the community. As in, like, explain. I think Morbius is a solid champ, and I think he's gonna be popular for about 6 weeks or so. I don't think he's like a top 10 science, for instance. I think there's easily 10 better science champions. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But let me put it in terms that's extremely clear. I do not make my videos to affirm somebody's feelings or make them look or feel that, you know, that they are validated. And just being a comedian, fair enough. But, you know, there are, like, genuinely people who are pissed off at me that I was like, Morbius is fucking insane, you're stupid, I will never listen to anything you say again. Or, like, when this guy starts talking about champions, he doesn't know what he's talking about and stuff. You know, I get a lot of that shit. And as long as those people are respectful, I have no issue with the comments like that. I reckon Morbius is top 10 at max sig. At max sig, maybe. But it's a maybe, it's not a definitive thing. There's no way he's in like top 8. I'd say there's no way he's like in top 8. So maybe he can slide in the like 9s of 10s. Because, you know, we have Torch, Scorpion, right? Then we have Titania and Cassie and Silk. I think that, and Hulk. So that's 6 already. Right? And then somewhere we still have the Spot. And we still have Photon that I didn't mention. Photon should be in top 5 as well. So that's already 8. And every single champion that I mentioned, I think, is significantly better. Yeah, Spot and Photon. Right? And then we can start talking about champions like Overseer and Joe Fixit that I also think are really fucking good. Right? Mr. Negative, Mr. Fantastic. We have the Pig, which I think is awesome. No, I'm taking Pig up over Morbius, for instance. But yeah, okay, maybe, you know, maybe we can talk about that. At max Sig, maybe he can kick out Overseer or Joe Fixit or Pig or something. Can you please hide your face? Nothing to do with moral? You can hide your username. You have nothing to do with what I'm going to do. What a stupid human. Can you please hide your face? My fucking ass. If I'm going to be hiding my face, you need to tell me the best hiding spot, because you have clearly hidden your brain somewhere. So, if I will hide my face, I definitely need advice from you. Might put it right next to your brain somewhere. Because you clearly are not in the possession of your mental faculties. Morbius fits in a 10. What's your Silk? I'd put Joe and Pig probably above him. There's somebody else, but comment cracked me up though. I mean, it was laughably stupid, laughably moronic. It was the type of comment you get from somebody who grew up eating glue. Kind of stale. He's like Sunspot, but instead of per block, you have the gliding feature. Yeah, pretty much that. Taskmaster is going to be so hard in the last meta for Decay champions. I mean, I don't think we're going to see much of Taskmaster anyways. Hey, what's up, Pickup, by the way? Oh, you already opened Titan Crystal? Yes, I have. I've seen Morbius to go Muncher. Insane heal reversal. Yeah, that makes sense. But you know, I wouldn't say insane heal reversal. Like, if you have decent heal reversal, you can do that much. 81, who would you rank for in tech? Omega Sentinel, Ghost, Hulkbuster, or Iron Man OG? I'd probably do Ghost, to be honest. Yeah, of course. He's still new, and all of these things that we're talking about, you know, they can easily switch, and we might overlook something and stuff like that. A lot of champions kind of like prove themselves, and you know, a while after they are released again. Oh right, I needed the BG MVP thing. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try and make one before BG start. Oh crap! I need to do this arena. Right, I completely forgot about that because I got home today later, so I already recorded 2 videos. I'm like, oh, I'm good, but yeah, I do need the BG. I need to do the BG video now. Completely right. Yeah, Taskmaster is going to be a bit of a pain too. Taskmaster for sure isn't going to be great. Sorry, I mean Zemo with being rooted and stuff. Taskmaster 2 potentially. They just changed how solo and point you get based on. Because they want those solo events to reward activity, not skill. The rank rewards is meant to be rewarding skill, and the solo and alliance events are meant to be rewarding grind. And that would suck for a lot of people who, let's say, like Battlegrounds and do play them a lot, but, you know, aren't that good. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'd prefer that. It would be much better for me. Trust me, every season I rank much higher in Gladiator Circuit rankings than I do in, like, solo events and stuff. I would prefer that. And I'm not saying that, you know, what Kabam's doing is like what I would want them to do. It's just that's what they're going with. Some guy did 4 million solo BG. Interesting to see how much he put this season. Somebody did for, I don't know. We'll see. A new Taskmaster prove his worth eventually. I don't think I can see that many of them because people will still be running some champions that, you know, do good damage. You know, we'll do fine. I don't know, maybe. Tag champs line. Yeah, it's just the tag champs. Kabam confirmed that in the season announcement too. I talked about it in the season 12 detail video. Other champions are not nodeless. Other champions still have the, what is it, rise to power? Basically MD on and something else.
Shut up and take my money.
Hey, Red. Bit late, but I hope.
$10. It's a bit late, but I hope personally you're doing okay.
Thanks,
moving
Red.
back to Latvia.
Yeah, I'm, you know, chugging along, doing my best. But thank you very much, Red. By the way, you need to name a champion, Red. As you are the juggernaut of the stream, you need to name a champion. Domino with MD, yikes. Yes. I mean, should be fun. Okay, so, Red, give me a name. I need a name. The Juggernaut chooses which champion is going to get added to the matchup sheet. Right? So I can pick whatever relevant champion. And then we're going to do the stats. And then we're going to update the spreadsheets and all the goods and see what champions compare. Thanks, Simon. Seems you and Taskmaster should be okay. Yeah, well, he can pick whoever he wants. He can decide. That's the point. That is the point of this whole thing. Going for Sandman for this meta. Thing with Sandman is, I want to wait for his buff. Like, I want to run for Sandman for this meta, but I'm waiting for the buff. Can you make one for food to put yes to everything? And I'll do whichever champion is chosen by whoever is the juggernaut at the end of the stream. Quite that simple. People have found a loophole though. But do you only say yes, no? Or count also the time? I also, in my spreadsheet, it's not perfect. I can't really worry, like, you know. If you do that fight in 70 seconds and another champion does that fight perfectly in 55 seconds, I can't count for that. If a champion takes forever to do the fight, like 100 plus seconds, something like that, or 90 seconds, I typically put in no there. Or maybe sometimes, depending on match, something like that. I don't give the yes if I know for a fact that fight takes forever. You know what I mean? The only exception at the moment is kind of Sandman, because he has yeses on some of those fights, but it's also because he's getting a damage buff. But yeah, for most part, like, you know, because, you know, there are champions that, let's say, kind of can do thing in like 115 seconds or something like that. And I'm going to put that as a no. Or in some cases, maybe, if there is some significant, you know, frequent thing that can change the circumstance. Valk. Yeah, Valk is not there. We can go with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a solid pick. Write that down so I don't forget. Valk for you. Valkyrie. Hey, what's up? I'm Frico, I think. So yeah, Valkyrie's set to go right here in between Kingpin, Nick Fury, and Kate Bishop. The question with Valk is going to be the Korg fight. Because that's going to be one of the finicky ones, right? Next feature isn't going to be that good, but I'll need a lot of champions in that feature, so I'm still gonna have to go for it. Okay, does forfeit count as purposely losing in the BG match? Yes and no. You can still forfeit BG matches if you know that you're going to lose or something like that. Because point farming and forfeiting for other reasons is not the same thing. As I said, what I think Kabam is likely going to use as their first red flag is if they're going to check whether you are, you know, forfeiting or losing a lot of matches using energy and at the same time period playing with Elder's Marks and, you know, winning a lot. I think they can probably quite easily write some sort of code that checks whether both currencies are being used and whether, you know, the results vary drastically. And I think then, you know, if that red flag is triggered, they can probably, you know, have some sort of deeper, you know, additional checks. I don't think that anybody who gets pissed off and forfeits a BG match is going to get, you know, tagged. I don't think that anybody that, as somebody said, it's like, oh, sometimes I forfeit against guys when I'm significantly mismatched because I feel bad for them. I don't think that is going to cause any problems. Because the entire idea about point farming is that you use Elder's Marks to always win and energy to always lose. And yeah, instant forfeit should be a red flag too. And again, when I say red flag, I'm not saying that that should automatically get anybody banned. I'm just saying that that is something that should lead to, you know, them looking into stuff. Valkyrie's Broken takes little to no effort from Power. She's pierced. Oh yeah, Valkyrie is amazing. But yeah, the thing with Korg fight, because again, I'm doing this sheet for relatively average or slightly above average players. So with Korg, I think I'm gonna have to put, you know, maybe, because it's not an easy fight to do. Unless you like specifically practice. So in Korg fight, I think I'm gonna be putting in maybe sometimes. Because it is quite high skill intensive. Yeah, exactly, point farmers, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be looking for patterns, not like an individual action. No, they will not count problem. Like, people are paranoid with stuff. Again, I don't think any single thing that you do will be counted as point farming or anything like that. Because again, point farming in itself is not, you know, one specific action. Point farming is like 3 or 4 things combined. I don't know what slightly above average player is, like a Mysterium player. That I would say it's a Mysterium player, yeah. Mysterium C6 player, for the most part. Even though Korg is available as 7-star, I just took my 6-star Korg to rank 5 and stick to 100 because he's just good on defense. Like, I can't count in fights that Swede or MSD can do. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna write things like, oh, you can do, champion can do these fucking fights, and all of a sudden everybody is gonna, you know, take a champion and get wrecked, and it's like, oh, you were fucking saying? You know, because, yeah, that's just not indicative of whether that is an actually like a good matchup that you can do. When 99% of the people will never play that game close to as good as like Finn does or whatever. So yeah, I think picking like a Mysterium level player or C6 level player, I think it's kind of fair. Because it is the more competitive end, which is meant to be for Battlegrounds. It is the more, you know, knowledgeable part of the community. It's just not the peak part. It's not, you know, I can't pick top 20 BG players and then say like, okay, this is what you can expect this champion to do. I just realized it. I don't have a Shuri at rank 2. I just have a Shuri at rank 4. I don't have a rank 2 Shuri. You lose with Elder's Marks instead of energy, you're losing... Yeah, if you're losing with Elder's Marks, then you're just wasting time. Then there's no point in point farming. I don't have a 7-star Shuri. But yeah, if you are purposely losing Elder's Marks, then it's the same shit as if you're not point farming. You know what I mean? Understand? I am taking notes. What notes are you taking? What notes are you taking? Season 12 drop today? Yes. Who's better to rank Gilly 29? Elder is both and do. Lady Deathstrike, for sure. Farmers will lose with energy but play the whole match. I mean, we'll see whether Kavon catches that or not. Applied Simon. What was Simon's question? Trying to find Simon's question. Will the current sense of receive any rewards? What the hell is going on? Huh? Oh, did you use the Jolie? Did you use the swap node before the boss? This is going to require so much research to divine who is abusing. We'll see. I'm sure that they'll figure it out. What was the Simon's question? Where did I miss it? Can't see it. Simon, type in a question again if you're still there. Didn't use the swap node? I don't know what to tell you then. Could be worth sending a ticket to Kabam. I don't know what else to tell you then. We're playing full match like 16 minutes? Yeah. What's your feeling towards how war has changed? Because now at 2 days. Back my teammates until the last minute to clear. Yeah, I get a lot of that as well. I still feel extremely uncomfortable the way war is going because it seems like it's never ending. Like you get 1 day off a week, and then it seems like it's constantly war, and you marinate there for more. I don't have a question. It was just something I said. Oh. So I think it has pluses and has minuses. It's different. I don't think Kabam can account for everything. Overall, I kind of have to say I think I'm fine-ish with it. I think they did address a lot of things that, you know, were the biggest problems with it. And oh yeah, Lady Deathstrike. Well, in general, I think Lady Deathstrike is the way to go there. Guillotine 2099 just doesn't do much. Guillotine 2099 can be a decent defender in some metas if opponent doesn't get a decent counter. But Lady Deathstrike is just overall like a solid champ. So I would definitely go Lady Deathstrike, not even close. Like if I pulled Guillotine 2099, I would not rank 2 car. I'd rather rank like Howard the Dark or something else. Or even Iron Man Infinity War. We'll make it into Euro 3, now I have somehow put up. Starting on plot. Well, what do you mean somehow? You can put up those points exactly the same way as you did before. Or you're just not going to get the very, very top rewards. Is Deathstrike do versus undexable special? Take to the face. What do you mean undexable special? Lady Deathstrike is going to do the same thing as everybody else does. No, all your damage doesn't go away if you take a hit and a block. That's bullshit. First of all, for most of the fight, in majority of the matchups, you know, you can block and parry as normal. First. Second thing is, once you activate your level 2, you still get like 2 hits that you can safely, you know, block. Third thing is, if you have to block it. And it will be fine. Nothing's gonna happen. No, your damage is still gonna be there. It's not like, you know, Invisible Woman where you make a mistake and all your damage goes away. Yeah, it's gonna be slightly less. And the last thing is, yeah, with Lady Deathstrike, she's literally designed to eat special attacks to the face. Unless there is some really detrimental effect, you can eat specials to the face and you can actually heal more than you took damage-wise. Like, I have legitimately eaten special attacks to the face with Lady Deathstrike in order to heal. I think people are being too harsh on Lady Deathstrike, honestly. This I'm gonna try this changing your effective habits. Yep. Not like Anna Warlock when blocking ramp again. I mean, I think you not end of the world if you lose your ferocity with Lady Deathstrike. It really fucking isn't. Like, it's gonna be a couple of second difference in the fight. What happened to your cats? Which cats? Hunchback Thor animation. Oh yeah. I hate the Neanderthal Thor. He's like a Neanderthal gimp ape. Not looking forward to the upcoming champions? Which champions are you talking about? You mean the Kushala and whatnot? Yeah, I'm not. I mean, like, I still hope they're gonna be good. I hope any champion that gets added to the game is good, but you know, I'm not a fan. You had a family of cats? I mean, my girlfriend's still taking care of them. My girlfriend also was taking care of them before. I mean, we both were, but my ex-girlfriend, sorry. So, you know. Now she that takes care of them. Instead of me. I mean, what else could have happened there? I am going to catnap some other cat here. I already have a victim in mind. And my mom and my brother have 2 cats in that home. And one of them is fucking majestic. There's one cat that I absolutely love. How much points do you usually put on BG's energy? Quite a lot. I put in DLL created Kushala, yes. I have never really checked because I always kind of mix those things in, but you can put up a lot of points just with energy over the course of the season if you play decently a lot. But again, keep in mind that you still do get the free Elders marks. Most of the time, if you use your free Elders marks, you can get all the milestones pretty much, just from whatever you get from Alliance and solo events and progressing through Victory Track and stuff. Still hard countered Photon and JJ Pros? Yeah, sounds like it. Oh yeah. DLL is making Kushala, yeah, that's facts right there. And well, yeah, hopefully Kushala is a banger. So far, out of 3 out of top 5 best champions this year have been DLLs. So no pressure, but people expect her to be good. People are really hating on Photon though. People are like really hating on Photon right now. Especially recently, I have randomly stumbled upon like 3 or 4 different line chats where people are bitching about how good Photon is on defense and stuff. They're like, DLL has no common sense. Who the fuck makes a champion like that? She is every, which I have no issue with Photon. They're gonna force him to make it on. Who knows? Because Photon's hard defender, yeah. But I don't mind when a champion's hard defender at all if a champion also has offensive use. And Photon does. Therefore, I'm perfectly fine with Photon. Yeah, I agree. How am I meant to nickname that? I'm just gonna call her Chi. Something like that. Energy for points is a joke. So much better just lose his marks. I mean, yeah, but again, it still adds up over the course of the season. And again, there's still 3 Elders marks. What's up, Osman? Game needs defenders, keeps getting interesting. I agree, game does need defenders, 100%. The only thing that I really don't like when they make champions like Kindred or Korg. I have nothing against like Korg from a defensive point of view. I have like fought him a ton of times and stuff like that. I don't like when they make a champion that's like, here's a defender. The entire purpose and creation of this champion is just to fuck you over and never enjoy the champion yourself. You know what I mean? I don't like champions like that. I think any champion that they're adding to the game, people should be able to enjoy, as in like when you play the champion. And Korg is about as enjoyable to play as fucking Groot. It just isn't. It's just rubbish. And similar with Kindred. I don't like when they do that. absolutely no issue with, you know, champion having more defensive ability than offensive ability, but come on, at least make them, you know, somewhat viable. How much longer will you be streaming? I don't know. I need to do as much as I can in Arena. I'll probably pause the stream before I finish everything because I also need to eat something. I have been going for like 46 minutes, probably another hour or so. Probably another hour. Oh, come on. 7-star rank 2. Come on, realistically, you know. 7-star rank 2 Groot would be hitting as hard. You know exactly what I mean. So much content dropping today? Yep. 7 back in the day, man. Findy came to the contest. Yeah, I remember when, like, everybody was already using like 5 stars. And I think we had like a 3-star and a 4-star, and both of them like had like 20 or 30 kills and blocked apart. It took people a while to learn how to deal with Iron Man Findy. Doing 8.3 full exploration day. I think most likely I'll do completion, release some sort of video with, like, you know, my feedback, or, you know, just a video which paths I took to complete or something like that, and then tomorrow morning do the exploration. We'll see. Maybe we'll see how we go. We'll see how popular the stream is, and, you know, rest of the stuff. Maybe I'll just carry on. Looks like Mystic and Science meta for Victory Track, which also incidentally will kind of make it a skill meta, because I think there will be some skill champions that are going to be real big problems. Because all of the tactic attackers are largely Science. And yeah, I think we're going to see some skill as well. But yeah, it is, you know, going to be largely Mystic and Science champions. Vam does love their content drafts. They really do. MCOC still has that issue, which I really can't explain, when it rains it pours type of thing. Like 8.3 obviously should have dropped last week or the next week. You know, why would you put in the highest story content released to date, like the new story content, together with the, you know, start of the season of the most competitive game mode? You know, there's just no need for it. And it also kind of creates this lump-sided feeling where, you know, last week the best thing that I could stream was fucking Arena. I was in the BG's mediator. Everyone does love that kind of. Will you be stream? Yeah, I'll do the watch party for Valorant Brawl for sure. Kindle already isn't bad. I think he'll get a slight offense. Yeah, if he gets some sort of damage offense about, because I think Kindred's kit is decent. I think it just needs to be, you know, a bit faster. That's it. I think as long as we get, you know, a bit of that more damage in Kindred, he's gonna be a good champion. You know, with a buff reduction, which isn't a nullify. He has some immunities. He has some power control. I think it's fine. I like his kit. In fact, it's kind of even worse because I like his kit. I'm even more pissed off that he's such a noodle. You know what I mean? Because I see all the abilities and all the matchups that I could use him in that I can't, just because he's a fucking lethargic phlegma. You know, just give him a tiny bit of damage more. You know, don't need to make him like a super fast champion. Make him like alright. Make him like good enough where you can use him like you can with Nick Fury, for instance, where you draft a Nick Fury, your opponent prepares to kill Nick Fury, and then you use Nick Fury to kill a Jessica Jones. Or something like, you know what I mean? Do something like that with Kindred. So his kit and his defensive and grind for him, and kind of really like him. He was amazing. But yeah, he was good. Can really look. Oh, Ghost Rider Relic is another pain point of mine, because Ghost Rider Relic is the only relic in the game that I don't have in any rarity. Just don't have a Ghost Rider Relic. I don't want people to use him as sneaky attacker. I want Kindred to be a sneaky attacker. Silas Centurion was one of the 10 champions I listed in my almost a good champion video. The thing with Silas Centurion is, like, his damage is decent, but he's not that great. You know, the upkeep of his damage is kind of finicky. his slow is a bit too short and his heavy reach is a bit too small, so you can't counter a lot of special attacks or heavies with your heavy. It's just things that, you know, Silver Centurion is a perfect example of a champion that could use with a tune-up. You know, just polish those numbers a bit. You know, have the lock on fall off a bit slower. Have it charge up a bit faster, you know. I'm not even saying like give him much more damage. Just make him easier to play. And obviously if you do give him a bit more damage, that doesn't hurt either, but you get what I mean. It's just, he's one of those champions that's almost good. Hey, what's up, Emma? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, you little lurker, you. Don't forget to try and bet specials, you're going. Yeah, exactly. That's another big thing with Silver Centurion. That's why I'm saying at least increase his like lock-on duration, like, you know, by some degree. So you actually have a chance to bait out a special attack. Silver Centurion, but this AI is a potato. I mean, that is a legitimate issue of Silver Centurion. I don't know what to tell you guys. That is accurate. Top Axel, alright? Anybody else I missed? In case I missed you guys joining the stream, just so you know.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It was meant to be handshake. Honest mistake. Honest mistake. It was meant to be a handshake clip. So Tech Danny Minsta, it's pretty much something like that, yes. It's kind of like that. New game modes are coming this game in January 2024. Cool. We're gonna have those announcements relatively soon, so worse. I mean, Danny also is quite garbage when you get to it. Like, honestly, Danny's quite garbage, like, when you actually try to use her. What she's meant to be used for. I know I can Bishop to rank 2 or A8 rank 5. I'm leaning Bishop at rank 2. I did Bishop first. I have the exact same two champions to rank up. And I did Bishop first, and I'm gonna do AA afterwards. But simple as that. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Just, yeah. I am doing Bishop first. Even though I think for next meta, Archangel's probably gonna be better. But still, I did Bishop first. MCOC is an old game, but it's still getting new stuff. Yeah, because it's still earning money. It's very simple. It's not that MCOC is run on prayers and charity. It's the fact that MCOC is the one game that keeps making about money. So they're gonna do whatever they can to, you know, make sure it continues to be so. What's up, Stefan? How are you doing? He's more of a defender these days. He doesn't need to develop top skill defenders though. Which champion? Bishman? I mean, he's more of a defender, but he's still solid on attack. Is prestige out of calculation? Yeah, pretty much. Prestige didn't matter at the moment, really, in the game. Even like top 10 AQ rewards are kind of like shit. Doing fine. How's the grind going? I'm a bit behind. I'm getting worried, but you know, I'll try my best because I'm gonna be super busy as soon as, you know. I still need to make a BG's MVP video today, for instance, and then I'm going to be streaming 8.3, and then I need to make some videos about 8.3, and then I need to explore 8.3, and then I need to play Battlegrounds, and then I need to make some Battlegrounds videos, and then, you know, and somehow in between all of that, I also need to squeeze in the finish of this Battle Guide. Making new content each month. The devs certainly aren't making new content each month of the kindness of their hearts. Exactly. Alliance quest on required tickets. Yes, that is accurate. I do like that change. The whole ticket crap, you know, I'm happy it's going away. I think it's long overdue. I think ticket thing should have went away a long time ago. Yeah, you got some stuff to do. So there you go. I got so lucky that my driving lesson got cancelled tomorrow. Otherwise, I'd also have to, you know, get up at 7 and get to my driving lesson till 11 and then rush here and then try and squeeze in as much as I can. So now, since my tomorrow's driving lesson is cancelled, the next one's Friday. Also 4-day cycle. Yeah, I think it is going to be 4-day cycle starting then. Yeah, game would be so much better if Elder Marks were everything. Game would absolutely be a lot better if Elder Marks would not be a thing. 1,000,000% agree with that statement. Bishop nukes Thekiryu in special 2 sub 60 seconds. Nice. No, rank 2 Bishop going up against rank 5 Nick Fury will do that fight in 2 level 2s or level 2 and level 1, something like that. Bishop can do Nick Fury like very fast. I've seen it, I've gotten wrecked by it, I've gotten surprised by it. It happens a lot. We all know the meta will be released fucked up. Well, that's why on the bright side, I'm going to be streaming 8.3 first. So they're going to have like a day to fix that meta. Is it 3 parts, 3 bosses? Yeah. It's 3 parts and 3 different bosses. Which I do think that they should have taken it down to 2 bosses. Because now, you know, you kind of have to do every boss. And a different boss every round. If Fury rank 4 gets ruined every time he faces opponent's bishop, there you go. That's getting added in Glory Star soon. Essential will be super easy now. Are you sure about the dust thing? It's kind of easy to kill these days. Rank 4 Fury is definitely easy to kill. You do want your Fury to be rank 5. Black Cat going crazy next season? Is she? Is Black Cat tactic attacker? Could be. Could be. I wish I had this as a Black Cat though, I'll tell you that much. Think about rank 2 on I can kill Manga. I don't know if I would. I think in some metas he would still be really annoying just because of the crit resistance and how tanky he is and stuff like that. But I don't know. When I had an unawakened Killmonger, I really didn't want rank 2 him. I kind of gave the thought, and every time I did think about it, I was like, nah, it's stupid, you know. So yeah, I really don't know, man. Is Monkey better than Black Cat? Black Cat's much. Black Cat has much better cakes though. I don't care what you are saying. Every time I play with Black Cat, my soul gets healed from all the worries. When you get like a sexy Black Cat fight. So good. Is Red Skull a new relevant defender? He could be. Could be. Critical subject to defensive AI reduction like Black Cats. I think it should be, yeah. I don't think it says it isn't. I mean, like, there will be champions whose ability... Did you say cakes? I did say cakes. I do think there will be champions, you know, who are immune to ability accuracy reduction, like, and then it's not gonna work. But I think in general, yeah, it should be. Question is rank 2 months or rank 2 Black Cat? Not monkeys. Rank 2 Black Cat. Rank 2 Black Cat, for sure. That's what I do. How to Black Cat short version? I have a literal video saying called Black Cat Made Easy. And the entire point is basically just get to your level 2. On your way to your level 2, punish 1 heavy attack, intercept once, or punish 1 special attack to make sure that you get that calling card. And that's it. Drop a level 2 and hit them. That's all you do with Black Cat. But if you want to know like the matchups and stuff like that, I think the title is... One second, I'll try and find it for you. I'm very nice today. I don't know. I don't know. I seem to be talking a lot. I seem to be having a good day. I have kind of forgotten how that feels, but I seem to be having a moderately, decently fine day. Black Cat, KT1. Look at that. Black Cat made simple. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here you go. Don't you worry, baby. I got you. I'm still sitting on my 6-star ascending, not knowing who to pick. Was leaning towards Kingpin. What do you think? I'd go Kingpin, man. Kingpin was one of my top 3 picks too. If I had to pick myself, I would have done Kingpin, but I kind of let my alliance pick in that, and they ended up choosing Hercules. But Kingpin or Scorpion is my next ascension. As simple as that. More like Midpin. Shut up and you take that back. You take that back right now. I can kind of see the point. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Mantis. I can kind of see your point, Wayne. I can kind of see it. But Black Cat. I mean, Black Cat's gonna take less block damage as well, which is gonna be super important in some matches. I'm just saying. And besides, if you compare the size of the cakes on Black Cat with the size of the cakes on Mantis, I think the answer is obvious. Right, look at Mantis. She's a 3 at best. Maybe if the bar is about to shut down. Maybe. And then look at Black Cat. You'd cut off your left testicle just to have a chance. So, to me, it's quite obvious that you should be ranking on Black Cat. Kingpin is very good for knockdowns for sure. I've seen Max use his bands and she has a wider range of fights except Black Cat. Black Cat also has much more wide range of fights than people realize. That's real interesting. I kind of want... Okay, we're going to do Valkyrie now, but at some point I want to do Mantis and Black Cat. In my matchup spreadsheet as well. Edited Cassie. I mean, edited Cassie by War Machine is also something special. That is not to be underestimated. So I just think, besides, I just think Black Cat does more important matchups. Because Black Cat does like Rintra really well. Black Cat does, you know, Nick Fury stupidly good, Hulkling stupidly well thing and stuff like that. Will you do a watch along? Yeah, I will watch. I will do the watch party thing for the Ballroom Brawl. I think we need to do Mountain Black Cat and compare. I'm excited for 8.3. Yeah, I definitely look forward to it. Edited, fine. That's true, Katie. There you go. Need more tier 2 dust. We all need more tier 2 dust. And I missed much of the stream. That you did, and you can't blame me for it. But it's always available on catch up on demand. By the way, so at the moment, because as you guys know, whoever is the juggernaut of the stream decides which champion we are adding. Right? People how found a loophole in the system? At least yesterday. Like yesterday my stream went for like 45 minutes longer than I thought it would because people found a loophole in my system. Because the basic idea is, as I explained, very simple. Whoever is the juggernaut at the end of the stream decides which champion we are adding. And I typically do it live, right? Because I ask for your advice with the matchups and stuff like that. And we can do some testing at times and all that other good stuff. Yesterday, so I was doing long shot. And then John drops donation that's bigger, and technically he's the juggernaut, and Longshot's almost done. So I finished doing Longshot, and John like decides what he wants me to do. And then as I do the champion that John decided, which for my dismay was Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, Emma dropped slightly more than John did, and basically turned out to be exactly the same thing. So yesterday I finished stream at like almost 1 AM my time because of them. Because they found a way how to gamble the system. And by so Kate. Oh yeah, Kate's amazing. I love Kate. We did add Kate Bishop to this. Kate is quite high as well. I don't think Mantis is that good of a defender though. I'm doing everyone a favor by choosing Valkyrie. Perhaps. Some might say it was planned. But yeah, I ended up going to bed at like 1:30 AM my time, something like that. And I had to get up before 7 today. Because of the driving stuff. That was about 45 minutes extra for sure. Yes, sir, Lufo. Yep. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not like complaining. I'm just finding it funny. Because obviously it's like good for me as well. I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't know. Like, okay, I fight Mantis almost every day in AQ, so I just don't really, you know, think or her as a much of a defender. I mean, yeah, she can be a sneaky round 3 placement, just, you know, if it's like a nuke competition or something, but it's kind of like the same thing as I quite often randomly drop Hulk on defense. Just because, you know, he's chunky and inequity can screw people over and stuff like that. Wish my Hulk was duped. Duped Hulk is much more likely to catch somebody else. I just thought he was better than Nick though. In matchups, for like battleground stuff and stuff like that, he is in matchups. He can do a lot of matchups, and Nick can't. Nick, even if I would include the life model decoy trick, I don't think Nick would do better there. The problem with Starkey is that he does require quite high skill. Like, he's much riskier. You know what I mean? That's why, for instance, even though, let's say, Stark and Spider-Man does similar amount of important matchups than Juggernaut does, I still, you know, consider Juggernaut a lot better, just because, you know, it's much easier to use him, and overall, I'd say Juggernaut's faster on similar matchups, and there's more room for error. Because, you know, with proper relic, you get some regen, and with unstoppables, again, if you do make a mistake, you're gonna get hit once, not like a 5-hit combo and stuff like that. So there are like plenty of the things that obviously I can't capture on the spreadsheet. How much am I aiming for? He went for like 120, right? 121. So I'm probably gonna try and do 126 or 130. But who knows if I'll manage that, because I have a shit ton to do. Finally got first little break. Oh, you poor baby. You're working too hard. Take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Yeah, Titania is a good example. I have lost the 3rd round Titania several times. She's a bitch. Because Titania is a legitimate whore. I'm just saying, those thighs didn't get so big for nothing. You must be lifting them legs up, right and center. Spreading them like the pearly gates. Ugh. Stupid Titania. Oh yeah, somebody earlier in the stream told me that I should take off my face cam because my face has nothing to do with Marvel. And the name was Emma. Ooh. Black from a Black Hat video had a big beard. Sometimes I do. Even though now I'm in Latvia, I have a feeling that I'm not gonna be permitted to grow my beard that big again. Yep. We'll see what happens, but I don't think I'll be growing out my beard that much. For a while. Ish. Why not? Because my mom absolutely hates it. Every time I grow out a beard, she's like, bitching at me pretty much the entire time to cut it off. And you know, if I want, I obviously can still do it, but it just gets annoying. It's not that I take her seriously, it's that she, like many other members of the opposite sex, do not seem to know the meaning of the word quit. And, you know, it just gets tedious. Every time she's like, oh, still your stupid beard. I was like, when are you going to shave it off and stuff like that. And my auntie that passed, which was basically kind of like my grandma, she was the same. If she saw me with beard, she lost it. I was 27 years old. And 27 or 26 years old. I met my auntie. And after some years of living in UK, and I had a beard, right? She pulled me aside. Well, listen to this one. Pulled me aside, quietly handed me 10 euros, and told me to go and cut it. It's like, go to hairdresser, son. And the thing with her, she was like, you know, like a proper grandma for us, and she helped raise us, and she was the one that gave us like pocket money. She was like very, very dear to me, and never once in my life I ever spoke back to her. Ever. It didn't matter, I was 12 or I was 20 something. I just couldn't. She said something, I was like, yes. Like, yes, auntie. Right away, auntie. Understand, auntie. And that's, I can say no to my mom, like, easily, right? I mean, like, I try to be, you know, good and not, like, mess with my mom or anything like that. But with my auntie, it was like, it wouldn't even cross my mind. When is the fountain of youth when you can just shave your beard, baby again? True, I suppose. By the way, I did get ID'd in Latvia. Right after, like few days after I shaved my beard off, I did get ID. I wasn't even buying a fucking alcohol. I was buying like energy drink or something. And I get ID'd. I was like laughing my ass off. She wasn't like explicitly like, oh, you know, ID or no sale. It's just that I was scanning, you know, groceries with the rest of the stuff with my brother. And, you know, that pop-up came out as you scan in something that's like, you know, to alcoholic or whatever, like energy drinks now in Latvia as well. I scanned that in, and she immediately started like looking at me, like thinking. And at that point, I already started laughing, and I started laughing. And once I started laughing, I already kind of, you know, reached for my ID. But at that point, before I actually took my ID, she asked like, "Are you 25?" I know the struggle. If I shave, I look like I'm 16. Right? If I shave, I simultaneously look like I'm 15 or 50. That's the problem. I wouldn't mind looking young when I shave. The problem is because obviously parts of your face are getting older, and when I shave, I literally look either 15 or 50. And be happy you get ID'd. We're similar age. Last time I got alcohol. No need when I pulled out my. I mean, I was quite happy. Like, I can't say that I was upset. I just found the entire thing really funny. Yeah, it's a new thing they're doing, the age restrictions on energy drink, because, and you know, all the kids here started drinking energy drinks like fucking maniacs, and you know, so they just started doing the energy drinks, you know, ID on energy drinks. It's a very, very, very new thing here. But yeah, it's just because like far too many kids are buying them all the time. Unshaved in nearly 10 years? Yikes! I'm 20 and don't even have a beard or anything. I hardly got a mustache. Ooh. I would hate that so much. You know what? You know what is the one of the saddest things? Is the guys who cannot grow beard pretending that they can. You know what I mean? There's always those guys that are walking around with like a little pedo stash, and they're just not cutting it off because they're like dead proud of it, or like a bit of the beard on the side here. There's like 7 hair sticking out of your face, and they're like, that's my beard. It's like, you don't have a beard, just like, you know, cut it off. Like, you're not fooling anybody, you're not impressing anybody. This is just sad. Imagine it's kind of like a girl with absolutely no ass jumps on the stage and starts twerking. Just get down, love. You know, you're not making a strong case for yourself. You're just, you know, proving that in addition to having no ass, you have very bad judgment. And that's the same thing with guys that walk around with that little pedo stash or like few facial hair. Like, just cut it off. Like, just cut it off. If it will grow, eventually it will grow. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, what do they think is going to happen, like, if they don't cut it? So they have like 7 hair on their cheeks. And they think if you don't cut it, they're going to grow longer. But it's still going to be only 7 hair. So, you know, are you going to try and braid them? You're going to try and have like a little braided, you know, beard or something. Like, you know, it's still, like, even if you don't cut them and if they do end up growing long, it's still going to be 7 fucking hair. It's like you have, you know, better chances if you keep cutting them, you know, and then when it actually starts growing like properly, like then let them grow. Keep the beard on just to make. Oh, that is a neat trick, yes. Doggo twerk, more like trying to snuff her spine, even I can twerk better. Oh. That flannel stuff. Do I've seen. Shave all 6 inches. I can get that. Go clean shave nowadays, but it's okay because I don't have a baby face, luckily. That's fine. And once a week if I feel like it, never clean shave again. Yeah, I don't really clean shave. I don't think it's necessary to do clean shave. Like, I always liked having at least like a bit of it, like a contour or shape. Hey, what's up, Mikkels, by the way? And Aetherwolf, yes, I am doing 8.3 today. If there's any question that I missed in this extremely passionate discussion, please do let me know. Don't miss any one of you on purpose. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm not skipping any messages on purpose. I just got, you know, quite carried away. A pedo stash like pubes based on their chins and sideburns. Yeah, exactly that. And you know what the worst thing is? My nephew is one of those morons now. Like, I love my sister, I love my nephew. As soon as I saw him, I was like, cut that shit off. And he's like very proud of his guy. Like, dude, listen to me, cut that shit off. I told him next time I see him, I'm gonna check, and if he hasn't cut it off, I'm gonna take, you know, I'm gonna burn them off. Like, I'm gonna take a lighter and I'm gonna burn that shit off. Bringing all smells like weird, bro. Why shaking? Can grow a good beard, can't really grow a decent mustache. Yeah, sometimes it's different for different people. Some people can grow a glorious mustache and can't do a beard. So, you know, different for different people. Absolutely. How much longer is 8.3? 8.3 is like 3 hours and 20 some minutes, I think. I'm so glad I had a beautiful beard. My kids never saw me without one, but cancer treatment radiation stole it from me on the left side of my face, so it only grows from the middle to the right side now. Ooh, that sounds annoying. I think that, like, first of all, I'm glad to hear that you're okay now and you're doing better, all that stuff, but dude, never being able to grow your facial hair properly is a quite heavy price to pay for a self-respecting man. Still think it's worse to have only beard than only a mustache. I think that's, I don't know. I think it's the other way around. I'm Asian, can't do facial hair, look like pedo. Yep, no, that's how it is. That's certifiable. I think, you know, I have seen hundreds and hundreds of Asians in, you know, movies and stuff like that, and maybe 2 Asian people that can pull off a beard. You know, it just doesn't happen a lot. Again, when I mean Asian, I mean like East Asian, as in like Japanese, Chinese, and Korean and stuff like that. I don't mean like, you know, Indian people. Those mother flippers are hairier than, you know, bear's bollocks. I think puberty hits different in like India and Pakistan and stuff like that. Because you see like little nice brown kids running around, you know, perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden 2 years later the same brown kid looks like a carpet. People say I can't do this. Wow, those mustaches which grow so long they can basically point and makes you look badass. Oh, those are kind of, if you can pull it off, that is quite cool. Little nephew just try and be like his Uncle Kitty. Yeah, but if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. The same thing about Q. I don't know Q's facial hair situation right now, but when I saw the first picture of chill rim ever, he had like one of the worst cases of pedo stash ever. You could almost feel the glee and the happiness stemming from it. You know, I'm telling you, I don't know, because he's obviously slightly older now, but when I saw some of the first pictures of Q, he had such a horrible pedo stash. I couldn't stop making fun of him about it for like a year afterwards. Like, that's how impactful it was. Like, every time I spoke with him, I pretty much immediately went straight for this, like, how you shape that pedo stash off. Nina can confirm puberty hits most of us like a truck on a highway. I mean, I'm telling you, I think the hairiest guys that I have seen are all, like, you know, from India or Pakistan or something like that. It's like, I have seen guys who legitimately have to shave their neck, and as soon as, like, that line where the neck is shaved is off, it's like an immediate carpet on their back. Like, I have zero hair on my back. On Indian and Pakistani people, stuff like that, hair grows on places where hair ought not grow. Like, legit, like, the dude is wearing a t-shirt and there's like a layer of hair coming out of the back. Like, I bet you when that guy takes a bath and blow dries himself off, he must look like a, you know, flipping, you know, some sort of bear or something. Like a wombat or, I don't know. I haven't gotten time to get all the milestones in Arena. There's not enough chaps to rank 5. Thanks, man. One blessing with no facial hairs. There's basically no hair on my body, but for some reason I got much on my legs. I mean, it's normal. It goes everywhere except on the head. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, that's the tragedy of the body hair, isn't it? The one place where you want your hair to grow well, it's, you know, top of your head, and that's typically the place that, you know, loses them the fastest. Like, hey, my hairline is receding, dude. I know the struggle. It is easier to invest in four-stars nowadays. Middle Eastern, you know, have like gorilla back. Yeah, probably. We have hairy asses. It's kind of North India, Pakistan thing, probably. As you go south and further, blacker people, but lesser hairs, probably. One is blitzing. Eh. Q's Asian? No, Q's not. I mean, kind of. Ain't white here and black is something in. I forgot exactly what Q. He's in one of the. I think it's kind of like European Asian side, something like that. Forgot. Asians having a hard time growing facials where's around them Indian girl Asian. Oh, brown people are goated. Facial hair, even the girls, no offense, love my Asian brother. Thanks for clarifying. Well, Indians and Asians and most of us are... Yeah, exactly. My hairline has been receding since I was 18, so 75. Yikes. I had one Estonian friend who also basically had no hairline left by the time he was 19. I think, or 18. It's like he was already bald when I met him. As in, like, he just shaved it all off because it was... And the funny thing about that Estonian friend is... So listen here. That Estonian friend that I met him in the UK. Like, when I met him, he was already bald, right? But he showed me pictures of himself like a year and a half ago. And he was like a right proper goth with like really long hair into like death metal and all that stuff. Like, you know, nah. And his hairline just gave up on him before he reached, you know, age of consent. And he pretty much stopped doing the whole death metal and goth thing just because he didn't have hair. I mean, it's kind of tragic, but overall, I think it worked out the best for him, you know. Shaved his head, got a job, and it was funny. We like to tease him a lot about that. I'm gonna get the 60 rank 5 4-star champion, so it's... I think I'm close to 60. I think I'm at approximately 60 as well. So I think it's a relatively decent... Because the thing is with the rank 5 4-star champions, it's like they do recover fast. And the trick about the 4-star arena in general is just don't try to do a ton in one go. Like when you're grinding just for milestones, you know, kind of prioritize doing the 4-star milestones first and do all your rank 5s and then just go to 6-star. And I can't grow a beard, but my brother and I have glorious beards. Oh, that must be so rough for your dad. I feel bad for your dad. In a boys' hostel, when I saw a girl with the most beautiful and long hair, she turns out it's a dude. I mean, yeah, the clue was in the name. It was the boys' hostel afterwards. But yeah, there are some guys with glorious hair. There's like Pandaman Pete. Anybody remembers Pandaman Pete? Pandaman Pete looked like he stepped out of like a L'Oreal commercial. Pandaman Pete had like the most luscious, straight, magnificent hair you will ever see on anyone with a pair of testicles. And legitimately some of the best hair you would see on any human, period. I mean, I think he could legitimately enter some sort of best hair Miss Universe contest. Pandaman Pete had a glorious head of hair. Yeah, there's a ghost guy. Watch OG werewolf movie. Guys in northern Indian caves in Himalayan coast. Werewolf, he bites. Ha! I don't think I have seen that movie. He had a house. I mean, you can't deny that it was some serious shine in that head. Okay, Chavs or Hulk to rank 2 both and duped. Both to rank 2. Both are some. I think first one, whichever one you like more. I think I do Chavez first, but there is no wrong answer there. Both Hulk and Chavez are champions you really want to rank up. Like out of every 7-star in the basic pool, both of those are in like top 5 for sure. Maybe even top 3. As in, like, I think like Shuri, Chavez, and Hulk are probably the best, champs that you can get there. Yes. You're not the biggest fan of Morbius, but then have another side 7-star. Would you rank 5, 6-star, rank 2, 7-star? I'd rank 2, 7-star Morbius. I was like thinking about similar things with Photon, because I could have grinded for Photon or tried to get myself a 6-star Photon and then, rank up a 6-star instead of 7-star. But I ranked up a 7-star, knowing that 7-star is not as tough of a defender as 6-star would be. But I figured, what's the best way to explain it? I just couldn't do it. Like, I thought about it and it kind of makes sense, and I was like, no, it's fucking stupid. Why would I rank up a 6-star champion when I have a 7-star champion? And even undo, the champion still does majority of the stuff. And things like that. Because, you know, the base stats are bigger, and eventually you're going to do that champion anyways. Or eventually the gems are going to become more available if you like that champion a lot. Like, think of it this way. If Morbius is shit, you're not going to use him much anyways afterwards. So it's not going to matter whether you don't use a duped or unduped Morbius. Morbius is great. You will either eventually dupe him or you're going to like him and give him a gem. Right? So, you know, I'd go with Sensor. At least that was pretty much my thought process with Photon as well. Like, I knew that obviously Photon is a better defender duped, and if I wanted to, I could get that 6-star Photon, and it's like, do I want it? And the more I was thinking, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I actually miss Act 6. So, I know that I'm gonna get stoned for saying this, but I want more content like Act 6. I genuinely, looking back at it, it was frustrating as fuck, it was hard as fuck, and I want a lot more of it. The thing that where they went wrong, I think, is that it was a mandatory piece of content. If they released Act 6 as, let's say, you know, some sort of alternate universe version of Grandmaster Gauntlet or shit like that, such a good piece of content. It was so much better designed than Act 7 and Act 8 in the sense that, you know, the paths were different, the fight lengths were different, there was some sort of theme in the quest with some global nodes and stuff. That every fight had different nodes, so the content felt like it has teeth, like it's out to get you and you need to be careful. There were several times when I did most of the path in like 6.2 somewhere, then I realized that I overlooked a matchup and I didn't bring a counter and I need to redo it. It felt like the content is out to get me. And when I beat it, it felt like I beat a meaningful, you know, I did something. When I beat Act 7 now, I really don't give a shit because Act 7 is like walking apart. If I use an item in Act 7, it's because I'm stupid, not because Kabam got the better of me. Like, because I mess up, or it's because, I don't know, broken input or something like that. It's remotely not as fun to do story content now than it was with Act 6. And I will agree with the fact that I don't think content like that should be mandatory. I don't think, you know, it should be for your next progression dialogue, stuff like that. But if, you know, stuff like 6.2 would be like a challenge mode content, oh, I'd love it so much. It'd be perfect. Giving Act 6 for 100% first getting enough. I don't think there's any reason to... I mean, like, Act 6 now has been nerfed like 74 times, and yeah, rewards are kind of shit anyways, but yeah. Act 6 has been nerfed to the ground where it's basically unrecognizable. Like, my memories of Act 6 and current players' experience in Act 6 are completely, you know, different things. Gotta go. See you later, new brother. Don't have a rank 5 science either. If you don't have a rank 5 science, then go with Hulk. Then it makes sense. If you don't have a rank 5 science, do Hulk first. Email BG. Yeah, BG does some of it, yeah. I do agree. BG does take off a lot of it. But I'd still want, you know, more Grandmaster Gauntlet type of thing and stuff like that. GM fight. Yeah, Grandmaster fight in general, I'm not the biggest fan of either. But I do want to see a lot more stuff like Eternity of Pain, Grandmaster Gauntlet, and things like that. I was kind of excited about this Paragauntlet thing, but Paragauntlet turns out to be an absolute piece of shit. Like, you know, Paragauntlet's like 15 minutes and just blitz through it. So I miss the tough stuff. Just wait, every chapter has just one path and they put 90% of the rewards after the chapter deal. I mean, you're laughing, or I hope you're joking, but that's a legitimately fair prediction. European Gauntlet I still need. Can't seem to get around doing it. They're cool pieces of content. Especially Gauntlet. I didn't like EOP that much. I like Gauntlet a lot better. And why I can do Grandmaster Gauntlet without revives or less revives? Just my entire game. Planning. Calendar. Planning. Strategy. I know what to tell you, my man. Consult your doctor. Maybe he will inform you that you're born with 2 left thumbs. That would explain it. And wait for next abyss content. Yep, same. See, should you do Gauntlet with Kate? I did Gauntlet with Kate. I have a video on that as well. Kate was really good in Gauntlet. You got a video on both? Yeah, I do have a video on all of them. I got a video on all of that stuff. I'll be fine. Come on. Okay, rank 2 advanced, still need to go rank 4. My Kate. Wait, did I take my Kate rank? Yeah, I did take my Kate rank 5. Yay! I kind of forgot that I did, but I did, so I'm very happy that I did it. Just, I haven't had much chance to use my Kate since I took out rank 5. 8.3 live stream today? Yes. Her SIG important? She's SIG 100 or 200 champion. And her SIG is decent. It's not like end of the world if it's not high SIG. But, you know, it's nice to have. It helps. There's a few content creators that does everything at 100% live as soon as it comes up. Pretty much. I do try my best. Having too many rank 5s to start forgetting. I kind of do. Rank 5s, barely. But rank 4s for sure. When I see some champions, I'm definitely like, when the fuck did I do that? With rank 4s, for sure. Like, you know, for instance, I did Baron Zemo is rank 4 and I have never done anything with him, and I consistently forget that he's rank 4 now. OG Scarlet Witch and Sigil Witch both are rank 4 because I, you know, ranked them up for those specific metas, then pretty much never use them again, and I'm like, oh right, they are rank 4. And yeah, no, quite a lot of that. I'd love to watch those 7-star Labyrinth 100% streams if they do Koreans there. Yeah, I you know, that'd be cool. I hope they do. I-Bomb was generic gem, if yes, what's the level? I'm not sure if I'd give I-Bomb a gem now. I don't think, I-Bomb has definitely lost a step. The sweet ground like for I-Bomb is about 660 to 680. 660, 670, something like that. But yeah, I think there are, science class is so jacked. Like nothing against I-Bomb, but I think I-Bomb, you know, barely makes it in like top 15 in science class. And he's solid. I kind of like I-Bomb more than most people, I think, but realistically, you don't see much of I-Bomb around now. How many rank 5 do you have? Rank 2? I don't know. So, rank 5, 6 stars. 21 rank 5s and 10 rank 2s. Stabilizer, excited for BGs? I am, but I'm going to be doing 8.3 first. I am, but I need to do 8.3 first. Because I want that rank 1 to 2 gem, and then with my rank 1 to 2 gem, I'm gonna rank 2 as Spider Ham. I'll be watching, so I don't have to do any thinking. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm sure, like, as with all of this content, like, with all of this content stuff, whenever I jump in the final boss fight, I'm like, I never really read it through, and I get wrecked. Like, all of this story content's like, you can always get through all of it easily without any revives. And then because I rush in at the final boss, that's like where I typically end up using some revives. Oh yeah, Liza. Did you see the thumbnail of my last war video? Did you? Cassie did a naughty on your... Cassie did a naughty on your ebony mod. Right in the plums. I get so many damn tier 3 elves, this is basic, I'm always struggling with these. I don't know, just... Well, I pretty much always get every single bit of tier 3 alpha, tier 6 basic that's available in the game, anywhere and everywhere. I haven't been buying any offers now for like 2 months and stuff like that as well. A month and a half, 2 months. Obviously, since the whole crap started. But yeah, but like, for the most part, just, you know, use all your buy out the Battleground store, buy out, you know, most or at least half of the Glory store every week. Do every single piece of content that Kabam releases that does have access to it. Do your incursions on 25 runs. All the other stuff. Time for Raven 3, just hope I get far before that. Well, best of luck to you. Didn't see it, but I'll check it out after the stream. Your ebony maw is in my thumbnail. I'll tell that much. Look at the thumbnail. See? It is clearly right in the plums. Clearly right. I came across my 40-year-old lines video of all female. Oh! I forgot that they did that. I mean, we all know Ebony Mod doesn't have a nose. I assume he does have some plums down there. Then again, who knows how they're built. He's clearly built different, but I don't think that much different. Now we got zone 25 incursions, guys, we go to 17. That incursion thing does help, you know, especially now that you get 2. Only solo behemoth with 5-star Senate Kingpin, that feels good. You get a good fight, just normal fight. Nice, congratulations, man. Okay, so now we need to start doing the Valkyrie. Now we need to do the Valkyrie. This is going to be the last round that I do on the stream. I need to take a bit of a break. I will still, evidently, I still need to make the MVP predictions video for the upcoming Battleground season, and I need to get something to eat. And I need to get 8.3 thumbnails sorted, so I need to bother White Mummy again. So White Mummy needs to be bothered, so I can get some thumbnails for the upcoming streams. And it's so good to have a White Mummy. That's like one of the things that I could wish for everybody, that you have White Mummy in your lives. He's been such a great friend and a great help, and is just an awesome guy in general. I don't think I have ever met anyone who has like some shit to talk about White Mummy as well. Really one of the nicest people. Also why I'm in your nation. And yeah, no, it's so good. Handy as well. Oh, come on. Why'd you do that to me? I don't know. BG chips today if I do 5 minutes. BG chips today? What are I talking about? Oh, what are I talking about? I don't know. Anyways, we need to do the Valkyrie thing. So, since Red is still the juggernaut of the stream, is generally one of the favorite people in the community, and it's not. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000,000% agreed right there. I'm just, you know, very fortunate and happy that, you know, I stumbled across him, that we kind of started talking and, you know, we became friends. So, we have the matchup spreadsheet. We're gonna go with Valkyrie here. Again, everybody who is gonna comment on my choices here, just to explain, yes means that, let's say, average or slightly above average skilled player can do that fight consistently, relatively fast for Battleground and Alliance War, and also do it with plenty of HP remaining. For instance, Stark in Hand Spider-Man can kill a Domino, but you can take a lot of damage, so that's a no. For instance, you know, Kingpin can potentially do some of the chunkiest chunkers or something like that, but if he would time out in a fight, it would be no. You know what I mean? And it also can't be that this fight's doable if you like Fintech or if you like MSD or something like that. You have to be, you know, let's say an average Mysterium Celestial 6 player level and be able to do this fight for it to be yes. Also, no does not mean that you can't do that fight ever. You know, there will potentially be some meta at some points when no turns into a yes. No does not mean that it's absolutely impossible. No means that it's a fight that you would never want to do. You would do everything that you can to avoid that matchup, and that you would extremely likely lose that fight if opponent has moderately reasonable matchup. That's a no. And maybe sometimes, again, is fights where it often largely depends either on RNG or very specific metas and stuff like that. So, now that we agree on the ground rules here, we're gonna go with Valkyrie. I'm gonna go with please check that you're not behind us. Okay, so again, Valk here. Gonna go Valks here. Whoops. Whoops. How did I do that? There we go. So it's still a skill. And defensive utility is small. Right? Link to this spreadsheet is not publicly available yet. I'll make it available when I get it like 40 champions or 30 something. At the moment we are at 18. Like 35, something like that. Then we're gonna make it available. Because I'm still gonna be adding some things. I'm gonna be also adding defender stats, like how many, you know, how many no's each defenders collect, so that will kind of indicate that they are tougher defenders with fewer, you know what I mean. So we're gonna be doing defender stats here as well a bit and stuff like that. So, Valkyrie with Korg. This is a maybe sometimes fight. I would call it a maybe sometimes fight. Because you have to be very skilled to do this fight well. Consistently. I think you can do it well, or, you know, somewhat. What do you guys say? I think, yeah, if you're Fintech, you can do this fight well all the time. Like, I can't do this fight well all the time. I will mess up significant amount of times and take some cheap damage and stuff like that. How does that sound to you? Can Valkyrie do Killmonger? He should, right? No. Yeah, he should be able to do. Atuma, it's kind of like a maybe sometimes situation. I can't do that fine, yeah. I think Killmonger's fine. I think you can do Killmonger fine. Nick Fury is a yes for sure. Mephisto, that'd be a no. Rintra is a yes. Doom is a yes. Maw? Valk loses much health against things. You mean against... for this part, by the way. For this part... speak please in like full sentences. Like when you... Because it's very tricky. Because I'm gonna be... You know, if I'm gonna be certain about something, I'm gonna be skipping ahead. Maybe sometimes I'm gonna rush ahead. So when you do make a comment on yes or no, or just don't type in, he can't do that fight. Type in, he can't do more, you know, for instance. Because, you know, it switches. It can get very confusing very fast. How is he against Maul? Well, it's fine. How is he against Maul? How is she against Maul? Nobody knows? I think she'd be yes. Why not Mephisto? Mephisto still gets his Incinerate aura when he's hitting the block. She's gonna have to bait out significantly more special attacks than she normally would because he's gaining power gain. She starts slower because she can't gain buffs at the beginning against Mephisto. It's just not a great time. I think it's a yes, and I'm gonna explain why. Because I think here again this is a situation where you basically just need to get your level 2. You can invert your combo relatively easily without worrying about knocking him down, and then she's likely gonna shrug off that falter anyways. And then the only thing you have to do is just drop the level 2 and just nuke him down. I think Maw is pretty much fine. I think Maw should be fine. Because Maw is relatively small health pool. She has a chance to shrug off that falter. She can easily take that pause even if she doesn't, because she's consistently, you know, manipulating the AI anyways, pushing him back. Maw is never gonna get, you know, too much power either. I think it's fine against Maw. How is she against Sassy in a vanilla meta? I think it's a no. I think she doesn't do Sassy well because... Yeah, I have tried it. Because Sassy, when he goes aggressive, it's like really hard. A single level 2... Oh, additional point is we're thinking of these matchups as of equal ranks. As in rank 5 against rank 5, rank 2 against rank 2, stuff like that. And yeah, against Sassy, it's going to be a no. Because I think it's doable sometimes if you get lucky. But I have tried this fight several times and failed, because your level 2 will pretty much never nuke him unless you're maybe throwing it straight after he exited the rage thing. And the rage thing reducing the damage, obviously, can reduce your length. And when he is in his Sasquatch PTSD mode, then he's super aggressive and, you know, it doesn't really work too well. Chavez. Man thing is a no. Yeah, it should get nullified. Mangog is a yes. There's no real issue fighting against Mangog. Chavez. Does anybody know Chavez matchup here? As I'm waiting for answers from Domino is an obvious no now. They fixed that. Bishop is still a no. Those bleeds still hurt. Havoc is a no. And Toad is a no as well. So there's that. This one is definitely a yes. Jessica is absolutely a yes. Pig. I think she can do Pig fine. Can she? I think you do fine against Pig. I think you can just throw your low. As much as pretty AI independent, aside in war, but you can reverse power gain. Just being mean. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. I think you can do challenge. I mean, like, yeah, I think you're kind of fine. I don't think there's anything. I have a sign here for Pig 2 and it's fine. Yeah, I figured. There you go. And Quicksilver will also be yes. Nova, she's decent against Hulkling, she nukes. How does she do against Cersei? Gore is maybe sometimes. You can get stuck in it. No, I think Gore is a no pretty much. Anyone died? Shaw is a walk. How did she do Cersei? Null is a yes, that's fine. It's good for Cersei. But Cersei can activate her glancing through block as well, can't she? Fam is yes. Unless it's like a massive fam. Does 8.3 come out today? Yeah, 8.3 comes out in 2 hours, 40 minutes. Mysterio is fine. There's nothing too big there. Warlock. I think she's fine against Warlock. I don't think it's great. I think she's fine. Why is Gore no region? Yeah. Because against Gore, he just, yeah, regions shitloads. Because when you get 3 pierces, every hit in the block, it inflicts instant bleed. Every one of those instant bleeds triggers regen on Gore. Penny is definitely a yes, and I think Shuri is fine too. Only thing I'm thinking, Warlock. Do we count in Warlock as a yes? Because she is slower against Warlock because he doesn't... Nah, should be fine. She's God too, and he's a God Butcher. Oh yeah, that too. Superman. So I think that's fine. I think that's what accurate. So let's see her results. Ta-da! Solid. It's very good. Very, very, very good. One behind Kingpin. So, since the juggernauts of the stream didn't change, so I'm gonna update the sheet. So we're gonna go with best special post, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So drag this down, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I need to fix this with the format only. Special format only. So now just bottom we got 19 champs here. 19 champs here. Everything's updated. We are sorting this out currently by the highest amount of yeses. And then here I just need to do this. And here we go. Everything's fine. Sandman's still up top. Sandman though, again, he does have a note that he's slow at pretty much everything. And I will revisit him after the buff, perhaps removing that note, and we're gonna double check all the matchups. Because on paper, Sandman does pretty much everything. Honestly, Sandman is like a ridiculous amount of fights. How many points you're at? I think I'm like closing in on 100 million, something like that. 98 million. What do you mean Sandman's on top? Because Sandman does all of those matchups. He's just slow, but he really does them. Like, Sandman can do a ridiculous amount of matchups. Like, nominate Calm for a surprisingly good matchup and win rate against a few odd defenders. Killmonger more domino or intro. Interesting. Anyways, the obvious winner here is still Jugs, because he does pretty much the most amount of fights, and he does them the fastest and the safest. But overall, realistically, here's the top. Valkyrie is among the top champions. You can see that it's, 22, it's same as Stark Spider, bit above Silk. I'd like nominate Call. Well, I'm not picking these things. Whoever is the juggernaut of the stream decides who they want to add it here. And I will be doing a stream at some point where I'll just be adding random champions that you guys want. At some point, I will be doing, a separate stream just for this. At the moment, hey, what's up, Mr. Stealthy? How are you doing? Sandman's already rank 4. I like the sound of that. Yeah, Sandman, if his buff gives him decent enough damage, he's going to be one of the best science champions, in my opinion. Because he does virtually all the important fights. Serious. Like, anyways. Everyone see how good Walk does on the list? We just added Walk. Walk's ahead of Stark Spidey, just below Kingpin and Jugs. Still not all in the list? Hey, again, whoever's in the list is up to you, not me. You guys are deciding that. But that'll be it for now. I need to go grab something to eat. I need to try and get together that MVP video for BGs if I can. And obviously prep for 8.3 stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I will be back in 2.5 hours for sure. Do you have guess on what else is near the top? Who else I would guess be near the top? Hulkling I think could be relatively high, maybe, but there's a lot of Mystic champions, so maybe not as much. I think the best chance of getting close to the top is potentially somebody like Scorpion, Photon could be really high. Hercules might get relatively high. I think Torch could be decently high because you can easily give Korg for a Torch or a yes. I don't know. Yeah. Tigra? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, that's the entire point of doing this. To figure out who gets high. Yeah. Anyhow. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the